It's Camp Kunark and TK Irish all in the same place. It's hard to believe, but we are making it happen. We got the holidays going on. And I tell you what, I don't know about you guys, but some of this college football championship stuff is some good football. And some of it's, it's competitive, let's say that. So, you really love to see this type of situation where you have two championship caliber teams playing to get to the big game. They're not leaving anything on the field. They know there's no tomorrow. So if they don't win, they're back home, pumping iron, getting ready for the next season. But I did notice in watching these games something it was sort of I don't say unique or maybe shows the pressure of these games. Um, I'm not picking on any team or any body, but as a former kicker in college, I always take a little insight on the kicking game, the special teams, things of that like that. And here's the thing that I noticed: all the teams that played combined missed 33% of their field goal attempts. Now, these guys are good. These kickers are good. You get the Lou Groza Award that didn't miss any field goals for the whole season. And if so, I don't know whether maybe be the weather some games or maybe the nerves. But like I said, all the marbles are on the table. But that's the spirit of competition where these guys are coming to play on both sides of the ball. And I'm just really excited to see what happens next week. So the Camp Connect Football Conference has a couple teams in there. And first of all, I want to say good morning, Douglas, and let's have a cup of Joe, get things rocking.
TK, it's always good to see you, and a little cup of Joe for a go, Joe. Yes, and that statistic of the 33% of the kickers have missed.
Yes.
They've missed 33%, as I understand that stat. Is that correct?
Yes. And some of it was the wind. One of the heartbreaks was a guy kicked it was like a 50-yard field goal attempt, and it hit the upright. Boink.
It doinked. It doinked.
Well,
D-O-N-K. Doink.
okay. Well, okay. If that's the way you want to pronounce it,
Well,
we'll let you.
that's the way DTN created it. Doink.
Okay. Well, then
Doink.
that's gospel, Douglas. That's the way we're going to call doinks anymore. We're not going to call them, hitting the upright. We'll just say, and it was a doink.
Doink. Absolutely true. But that's a very interesting statistic because when they get these kids up there, they've some of them have only missed one or two during the season, but the others must have tremendous misses or something to get to a ratio of 33%.
Yeah. And it was just, it's competition, it's nerves. I mean, these guys have kicked in some big games already in their career this year, but
Yes.
they all know that everyone needs to pull their weight. And I'm not saying the kickers weren't pulling their weight, but stuff happens.
Stuff happens, and they're there for one job.
Yeah. What was that? Our friend Bill Belichick says, you only have one job. This is one job. Now go out and do it.
Now you sit at the end of the bench for the entire game.
Mhm.
There's 3 seconds left. You have one job. No pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention when they go ahead.
And their parents and the girlfriend are in the stands.
Not to mention all the hometown fans, old high school teammates.
And your pals on the team that you've worked with. You have one job. Here you go. 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
And it's a 55-yarder.
Yeah. Hey, there's no big deal about it, man. All you got to do, and this is what I used to do, is I used to take a shot of Freon before the game. I keep and my nickname was Leon Freon, the coolest kicker in town.
I love it. Leon Freon, the coolest kicker in town. Oh, that's great. Now, TK, here it is. We're in the college conference playoffs and the Camp Canuck College Football Conference. We have three teams in the finals,
Yes.
starting Friday night, but now it gets a little skinnier because, like you said, it's win or go home. It's real simple, win or go home. And the first one we had was on Friday night, which was the Alabama OU game.
Very
Okay.
good game. Great,
Yes.
great, great game.
Right. And doing the DTN Camp Canuck podcast by the numbers only. Okay. Because of we've had the season and we have a database of average points scored per game, or no, average yards per game and total points gives us a number that we can compare. And so for the Alabama OU game, we had Alabama, and they did win. They did
Yes.
win. Okay, so OU, which was in our college conference, the old Southwest Conference, so they lost. So, and then the next game is, which was a real shocker, kind of boring in a way, but a shocker. Miami yesterday morning was playing A&M, and the difference in points was that A&M had 56 more points than Miami. And I had A&M to win the game, but they lost to Miami, and it was 10-3. They lost 10-3.
Yes. And, not to say that there's big money on the table for college football, but think about this. The Aggie Stadium there in College Station holds over 100,000 fans.
Right,
Most professional teams don't even get close to that.
right.
And it's on campus. So how many times a year do they use that stadium?
Well, we only know about the football. Sometimes they use it for, I guess they use it for soccer. I don't know, or meetings or practice or whatever, band practice. So, and it's all concrete, so it's already paid for by the alumni. But does get good use. And it's the center of the campus. Everybody knows where it is. But you were talking about kicking. There were what, three missed field goals yesterday?
Mhm.
Yeah, a couple of blocks, and then wide right a couple of times. It was an interesting game. Now, in the afternoon game, we had Tulane against Ole Miss, and the numbers showed that Ole Miss was 157 points greater than Tulane average yards per game plus total points. So and by my scale, you have more than 60 points as two touchdowns. So Ole Miss beat Tulane 41-10. So the system by the numbers did work out. They beat them 41-10. And then in the other game, we had Oregon, which is Kevin the Magnificent Computer Dude. His team, the Oregon Ducks, they played James Madison. Now, James Madison had their numbers were much higher than Oregon. And I'll give you this breakdown. This is kind of interesting. James Madison had 448 average yards per game plus 485 points for 933 points. Okay, total points on this. And then Oregon had 465 plus 458, and then that 923. So that's 10-point difference for James Madison. So
Yes.
by the DTN numbers, James Madison should have won. But this is the only time I've ever used strength of schedule.
Hmm.
Oregon's in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
James Madison, I'm not sure what is in is that the athletic conference or something?
I'm not sure, but I did look at their strength of schedule, and it was not comparable to the other teams in the playoffs.
Yes, yes. And so, but because the college football conference playoffs, they are able to get in. So, okay, fine, they're in, but they got beat 51 to 34, which is James Madison lost 51 to 34. So, they must have put up a pretty good fight because I thought would have thought that Oregon would have kind of beat them into the dirt, but now they put up they scored on them.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they scored. Now, a little piece of tidbit for you. The previous coach at James Madison was a guy named
the coach at Indiana University, the number one team in the nation. I can never pronounce his name. I know it starts with the Kinsale.
Cignetti.
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 Yeah,
Sig.
Sig. Yeah.
Yeah, Sig. So Saint Sig, probably called in Indiana.
Yeah, just call him His Holiness.
His Holiness Saint Sig. Yes. Okay. He was the coach prior to going to Indiana, and then this new coach came along, continued the winning tradition. So something's going on James Madison. We might want to keep it on our radar going into the future and how they're able to turn a program around and develop this thing, which helps these young boys, young men in their football career.
Well, and the impressive part about that is that James Madison is that they changed coaches, but they didn't change the success. We've seen
Yeah,
countless
that's
times where a coach leaves, he takes his staff with him, someone else comes in and they try to indoctrinate a new system and it doesn't go. So it appears to me that James Madison had it all well planned out for a successor and how it was going to be.
right, right. And so we should keep James Madison on our radar going into the future at how they're going to do, and maybe do a little deep dive at who is James Madison. What he was James Madison, the president? Wasn't he a president of the United States? James
I think
Madison
I
the
missed
fifth.
history class that day.
I slept through that
Now I
class
know
too.
Dolly Madison,
You
she was a player in the fact
did.
that, she made the first American flag
Yeah,
and she
that was
also has,
Betsy Ross. That was Betsy Ross. Obviously, she
yeah,
slept
well,
through
I'm in the right century, Douglas. Let's just not get too
it.
technical around here.
Ask us something about football. We didn't pay attention in history.
Exactly.
Yeah, James Madison. We should kind of study that school for maybe next year. Okay. So in the DTN numbers, we were three out of four.
Yeah,
And the A&M game was kind of no, it was nothing at the half.
yeah, it was uh I don't want to say it was a defensive battle, but obviously the score tells you it was. In other words, the offense was lacking. But I
Right.
will say this about Miami is they know how to actually tackle the ball carrier. They just didn't try to bump them and knock them down. They wrapped their arms around and drove through them.
That's what
And
you're supposed to do.
yeah,
Yeah, that's so. This sets up now. There's no. This sets up the final eight teams for the playoffs, and the next game is not until no December 31st. So New Year's Eve. So we're talking. This is so that's about 10 days, 10 days from now. We've got the OSU Miami game.
yes,
Oh, okay. So and then on January 1st, we have three games. We have the Texas Tech Oregon game, which is part of the Camp Cunner College Football Conference. And then we've got your game, Indiana against Alabama. Okay, that's the 3 p.m. game on the first. So, and then we've got at night, we've got the Georgia Mississippi game at 7 p.m. And this is all on January 1st.
yes.
So, for our next week's sports show, we'll have some more stuff, some interesting things for the new year, that sports that we're going to cover. But that's pretty much what I've got. The college football conference game season is coming. And of course, I'm going to say that you're going to cheer on Indiana for going for number one, which
Well,
would be
yes. I mean, Jimmy to Christmas. I've waited all my life for this.
Jiminy Christmas. Is he
Yeah.
coming? Jiminy? I don't know Jiminy Christmas. I've mentioned him a few times. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna take Tech because it's the hometown Texas team. I'm a homer. I'm a homer. I'm gonna take Texas Tech. Wouldn't it be cool if Texas Tech went on? I've got neighbors over here that I'm just sit around. The neighbors to the right here that are just Texas Tech people, and I got neighbors to the left, Brian, that we did the Happy Camper interview with. So I'm just going to take Tech. That's my team.
Okay, well, go right
I'm a,
ahead.
I'm
We'll
a home I'm a hometown guy, hometown Texas guy, Texas team. That's all.
we'll bet a Dr. Pepper on it, and
Okay.
you'll have to walk all the way up here to deliver it to me.
Proudly. TK, I got my cup of Joe Go Joe. What, my cup of Joe Go Joe, whatever it is.
Slow down, Douglas. You know, maybe you don't need any more caffeine. Maybe you maxed out your capacity here.
And it's always good to see you. And a big week is coming up, the holiday week. But right now, that's it. Go Cowboys.
Aaron Goodbraw.